there, so today we have another review. This is the final beer from Roaring Table. Thank you so much for sending this out. I will say, I don't have my light going on. The bulb broke. I actually do have another bulb, so I'll probably have to install that or buy a new light or something. It's very unwieldy in our small kitchen. So you guys post in comments below, like, what's the lighting like? It might stay like this for a little bit. Who knows? You guys post in comments below. So, yeah, Vienna Lager. That's not a thing, right? One of the things that actually they kept in the BJCP, one of the styles that I thought they would actually get rid of, because, like, who's actually brewing Vienna Lager? Like, and they call it German-style Vienna Lager. And, like, Beervana does a whole, Jeff Albrecht does a whole thing about, like, you know, going to Austria and going to Vienna and all this stuff, but, like, is it a style? Like, you know, people ask, like, hey guys, are you still open? As in, like, you know, at work. And it's like, well, if nobody's ordering food, nobody's ordering drinks, like, are we still open? I mean, I guess there's people there maybe. But then, like, if nobody there, then, like, are we still open? Right? Like, the place is empty, but we closed in an hour. Like, are we still open? Right? Like, is this still a style when people are not actually making the style? Like, I mean, I guess some craft breweries are. The commercial examples on BJCP are very light. Like, you can't find this at all. I can't remember last time I had a Vienna lager, like, at a craft brewery, right? But hey, it's an amber lager. Who knows? Toasted malts, a little bit of chocolates, nutty aromas, blah blah blah. 5. Hey, and I actually get to use my, you know, like, shiny Pilsner 12 glass that they sent me. So thank you so much for Pilsner 12 for sending me this. Should I fill it up all the way? I don't know. I sort of like. There's a little bit more space, yeah. Pour it heavy, not perfectly. I tried, but I don't want to use soap because that's like anti-retentive. A little bit of particulate in there, but I try my best. So, what's this look like? And I don't have my big light, so I can't really tell you how I usually look at it. But yeah, this beer comes in a really nice kind of like medium to a deep amber color, almost like copper. Wonderful, like off color, kind of like lightly tan head. That's good. Nice. That's like bready, lightly toasty lager. Quite nice. You get, like, I mean, so at work, people always ask for amber lager or amber beer, and we thankfully have had some for a bit, but like now, currently we don't. And I'm curious what people look for amber for. Like, why amber? I assume it's Yingling. Sam Adams, like, those are such big brands that are like slightly crafty to most people's minds that are not light lager, that they sort of attach to, like, oh, it's got more flavor, right? And then I'm crafty, so I'm gonna drink like Sam Adams or like Yingling, because I can't imagine Dos Equis amber. Like, there's nothing else. They're not drinking Bell's amber ale, right? Yeah, so it's like gotta be those amber light lagers or something. But this one actually has like character to it. It smells like a little bit of toasty bread. There's a little bit of like mired character in there. Has a little bit of this kind of like Manson's what they're looking for. A little bit of that kind of toasty, like oomph. On full blind, full nose, I would guess is like a Manson, right? Like, we're not at like Manson's like 5.8. So they changed it, so it was like 5.863, but we're near there. And like a little bit of toastiness, like British breadiness, a little pumpernickel, toasted bread character. Quite nice. I mean, it smells like proper delicious lager. Unfortunately, I have a really nice rich head, so we gotta do one of these. Alright, trying to build a really nice head. Yeah, I mean, it's clean, delicious lager. What are we tasting here? Roaring Table, like, stellar beers all the way through the portfolio. Like, literally tried everything from Grisette to Hefeweizen to West Coast IPA to, actually I have one more beer, I'm sorry. I have the Orval, kind of like Belgian red golden ale they've done. So I do have one more bomber to review, but out of all the beers, all stellar. So, yeah. Wide range of beers and crushing, obviously. Is this a Vienna lager? I don't know what Vienna, I mean, I should have the BJCP popped up, but I will say it does have like some character to it. It almost, full blind, I would easily guess Meriton, like not close, like there's no question about it. Like a light Meriton. American attempted Meriton. Definitely not that hoppy, but it's a nice kind of like just bready, rich character. I mean, I guess we're talking about something that's about like 0.5 ABV underneath, but hey, someone told me this is their Oktoberfest, this is Manson. Good luck if you're putting less than putting it. First off, they won't do that in the Manson. So an example is like, how could you possibly test somebody on Vienna lager when there's like almost no commercial examples available? They're right though. It's like a really nice kind of light, kind of like chocolatey character to it. They go rich flavors of dark bread crust and crisp, deceptively quaffable lager. Magnum with beautiful the hops. I mean, hell, I just poured this guy. I'm down probably around 4 or 5 ounces ready. I mean, super crushable beer. Just like really nice, kind of like deep malt character. All the talk there going on, like deep bread crusty notes. Maybe hints of like light cherry fruitiness. Again, not like actual like ester, or maybe ester, but like just like something a little bit like lightly fruity in there. There's definitely a noticeable kind of like light chocolate character. They're putting a little bit of chocolate malt, and I would maybe argue if you're trying to make Vienna lager, maybe push it back a little bit. It's noticeably chocolatey. Like there's a hint of it. It's just like usually with Manson, I just notice all the like chewy, bready, toasty qualities. Here there's like an extra little hints, like sort of what American Brown Ale does, right? Where it's like not stout, but there's that like American Brown Ale just has that kind of like chocolatey character that like, I mean, it's not obviously not as intense here, but like it shows a little bit extra, right? It's a little bit more than English Brown Ale or other brownish beers. There's a extra of chocolate. But man, is that drinkable? Super crushable, super clean. What's there to say about this beer? I mean, it's got high crushability, high drinkability. So as you drink it more, I'm like sort of like taking back what I say, as in the merits generally, I'd argue have like more kind of just like rounded character. This one actually has a really pretty kind of like toasted bready character, but like sitting at like 60-70% versus Madison. But then there's an extra hint of a little bit of chocolate that makes it really interesting. I don't know if traditionally or commercial examples of Vienna lager should have that. I don't think they're supposed to be, but super drinkable, super delicious, crushing it, clean. Hops. I get a little bit of like light kind of black tea, just drinking on the back end, mid to full range. I mean, it's hard ones. Descriptors and no hops, right? Super hard for me. I get sometimes just a little bit of like lingering, just tannic, kind of like lightly black tea note. No sweetness here. That's another one. Despite all that rich red character, there is almost no kind of like sweetness that Medicine generally doesn't, but like the impression of sweetness comes in. This one sits dry, and the roastiness. Again, I'm over emphasizing that, but there's just a hint of that really dries out the beer. And it is noticeable, especially like with a kind of naked beer like this, with a lager. Any kind of like a light character of like chocolate is just very noticeable. So I will say maybe push it back if I had to, but then again, maybe that sings at a blind competition with judges. So very delicious beer, in the line of like all the amazing beers they do. So again, my vote for there's no question. There's no question how a brewery can construct beers so beautifully, so clean, so well executed. Forget about balance. Like it's well execution, right? Great execution. So this one gets solid. That's just great beer. That's it. That you know what the fun thing about this beer? It's one of those beers that it's perfect for sessioning. If 5.4, you're a little higher in ABV than like 5% for 4 or 5 years. But every pint or whatever you're taking is going to show you something different. You're going to find the toasty qualities a little bit much. You're going to find the fruity characters a little here, the cleanness of the lager. You're going to find the little bit of hoppiness. You're going to find the hint of like chocolate that's just sitting right there. Now as a weight, the bitterness comes in a little bit. This one that take 2-3 pints of it, you're just gonna look for the little beautiful things, and that's what the great thing of lager does. Well constructed lager does. It shows you little interesting characteristics as you session it, and like as it warms up, as you get a fresh one, and you find the new things and cool stuff. So let's go with solid 94. Man, that is so good. And again, it's not exactly medicine, but it tastes sort of like medicine, but does a little bit of that, a little bit extra. Whew. And you get a little biscuit tone, a little bit of like, kind of like toasted breadiness, and it's sort of like hits like medicine, like punches through the roof, but then sits right there. And then like you drink more, and it goes like this and this and this, right? Like medicine sitting right there, and like, oh, and then you're right under it, right? It's like floating on the water. It's like, oh, that's medicine, and then it's not quite there, right? So fun stuff. If you're a medicine fan, enjoy Vienna Lager. What a curious thought. Who knows? 94. Until next time, guys. Cheers.